Everyone, myself Mr. Sunil Datta N. Kulkarni, Associate Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Today I am going to deliver a video session on thermal conductivity and its variation. At the end of this session, student will be able to define thermal conductivity, which is a property related to the conduction heat transfer. Also, student will be able to explain the effect of temperature on thermal conductivity for various engineering materials and define thermal diffusivity. The contents of this video session are thermal conductivity values of different materials which are commonly used, effect of temperature on thermal conductivity for various engineering materials, and what is thermal diffusivity. Now, what is thermal conductivity? Now, we know that when the Fourier has stated his law, which we have studied in our previous video session, Fourier law of conduction. While stating the law, Fourier was not aware. He has introduced in his law the proportionality sign he has removed, and he has introduced one constant which was denoted by K and which is called as the thermal conductivity. But later on it was found that thermal conductivity is not a constant, but actually it is the physical property of the materials, and it is defined as the ability of materials to conduct the heat through it. So by Fourier law of conduction, we can also define, we know that Fourier law is equal to Ka dt by dx. So K will be equal to Q by A divided by dt by dx. Therefore, from this Fourier law of conduction, the thermal conductivity can also be interpreted or defined as the rate of heat transfer through a unit thickness of material per unit area per unit temperature difference. Thermal conductivity of the material is a measure of how fast the heat will flow in the material. Means, larger the value of thermal conductivity indicates that the material is a good conductor. For example, we know that the metals are good conductors of heat, so they will have higher value of thermal conductivity, whereas the lower value of thermal conductivity indicates that material is a poor heat conductor or an insulator. For example, we know that the wood, plastic, rubber, asbestos, bakelite, these are having low thermal conductivity values, and therefore they are treated as insulator, means they are not able to transfer the heat by conduction on a larger amount, the conductivity being very low. The thermal conductivity is measured in watt per meter per degree Celsius or watt per meter per degree Kelvin, watt per meter Kelvin or watt per meter degree Celsius. Whether it is degree Celsius or degree Kelvin, it is immaterial because it is the temperature difference in the denominator. So whenever the value is given in watt per meter degree Celsius or watt per meter Kelvin, it is one and the same. But when we use this unit, when the heat flow rate is expressed in watts. Now, thermal conductivity of a substance is highest in the solid phase and lowest in the gaseous phase. We will see the reason for this shortly. Now, this table is indicating thermal conductivity of different materials. Now, if we see here, the diamond is having highest thermal conductivity of 2300. These are the thermal conductivity values typically at 20 degrees Celsius. Remember, thermal conductivity we are going to see later on is a function of temperature. It is not constant always. So at a 20 degrees Celsius, diamond is having highest thermal conductivity 2300 watt per meter Kelvin. The reason is that diamond is actually not a metal, but because of its highly structured molecular structure, thermal conductivity of diamond is highest. If we look at the metals like silver, copper, gold, etc., then we can see that the values of thermal conductivity, for silver it is 429, for copper it is 401, for gold it is 317, then comes aluminum 237 and so on. Now if you go to the non-metallic solids, for example glass is having very less thermal conductivity, 0.780, asbestos is having 0.149 or 0.15. So the metals will have higher thermal conductivity, then non-metals will have lower than metal. Then when we come to the liquid, the water is having 0.556. So water will have still lower value than non-metals, and below that the gases. Gases have lowest value of thermal conductivity. For example, the air is having thermal conductivity of 0.024. So these are the typical values of thermal conductivity for various materials. Now let us see how thermal conductivity varies with temperature. Actually, the temperature is the measure of kinetic energies of the molecule of a substance. So thus, thermal conductivity of material varies with temperature. So it may also change with pressure or humidity in case of fluids. So that we will see shortly. Now first of all, let us see the effect of temperature. Now when we talk about the solids, as I have told you while studying that table, the solids are classified into two groups, metals and non-metals. In case of metals, the heat transfer mechanism is consisting of two modes, means the heat energy may be conducted in the metals by two mechanisms. First is the migration of free electrons. We know that in case of metal, large number of free electrons are present. And second is by molecular interaction or molecular vibration, which we call it as lattice vibration. So both this motion of free electrons or flow of free electrons and molecular interaction, both of these effects are additive, means they help to pass the more heat. In general, the presence of large number of free electrons in metal makes it a good conductor of heat, because the flow of free electron causes more transfer of heat compared to the molecular interaction, and therefore the metals are having higher thermal conductivities compared to non-metals. But conduction also takes place due to vibrational energy in lattice structure. But whenever the temperature will increase, the flow of free electron in metal also results in an increased value of thermal conductivity several times. But at the same time, due to increase in temperature, the vibration of the molecule in the metals become violent. Their amplitude will increase much, and they obstruct the flow of free electron, and therefore the contribution to the heat conduction by free electron will decrease. And when it will decrease, naturally it will cause the decrease in heat flow, and therefore for most of the metal, the value of thermal conductivity decreases with increase in temperature. Now actually it is little what we can say, not as per our expectation, but practically what happens when the molecule vibration become violent, the flow of free electrons is obstructed, and therefore the value of thermal conductivity will decrease. But of course decrease is not that much prominent. Only the thermal conductivity of mercury increases with increase in temperature, which is the exceptional case in case of metals. Now coming to the non-metals, due to absence of free electrons in non-metal, the heat conduction is only due to molecular interaction or lattice vibration, and as the temperature will increase, the number of collisions per unit time between the molecules will increase, and therefore the rate of heat flow will also increase in non-metal. That means the thermal conductivity of non-metals will increase with increase in temperature. Now coming to the liquids, for most of the liquid, the thermal conductivity decreases with increase in temperature. This is the reason behind this is, in case of liquids, whenever the temperature will increase, the viscosity will decrease, because the cohesive forces between the molecules will become less dominant or they will decrease, and therefore molecules will move away with the increase in temperature, and therefore the molecular interaction will take place at a lower level, which causes thermal conductivity to decrease in case of liquids with increase in temperature. However, water and glycerin are exceptional cases for which the thermal conductivity increases slightly with increase in temperature. However, one point to be noted is that thermal conductivity of liquids is independent of pressure. It doesn't depend on pressure. It will be governed only with the temperature. And as a general rule, the thermal conductivity of liquid decreases with increasing molecular weight. So as the molecular weight increases, the thermal conductivity will decrease. Now coming to the gases, for the gases, the molecules are in continuous random motion. Therefore, as the temperature will increase, the velocity of molecule become higher than in lower temperature region. And therefore, the molecules move from high temperature region to low temperature region and give up its energy through collision to lower energy molecule. Therefore, in case of gases, the thermal conductivity will increase with increase in temperature, and it is proportional to the square root of absolute temperature. In case of gases, thermal conductivity is also affected with change in pressure and humidity. Now coming to the thermal diffusivity. Thermal diffusivity is one property of the material which is defined as the ratio of thermal conductivity to the heat capacity of the material, and it is denoted by symbol alpha. So alpha is equal to K upon rho C, and the unit of alpha is meter square per second. Now we have seen K is thermal conductivity and rho C is called as the heat capacity of the material. Now what is the significance of alpha? Let us think for a while. So whenever the alpha is higher, means the thermal conductivity will be higher, so let heat will be stored by the material and more heat will be conducted through the material. But for smaller values of alpha, the less heat will be conducted for onward transmitted and more heat will be absorbed by the material and temperature of material will increase. So this must be understood. These are the references. Thank you.